Peace and blessings, family. What's up with all the daydreamers out there? Please live it. Don't sleep through this thing. Welcome back to another episode of The Pour Over, where we pour over into you some words of encouragement to not just get you through your week, but we're trying to get you through your whole life. I think I said that wrong, but we gonna stick with it, shawty. And on this episode of The Pour Over, we are talking about Facebook business pages. Do you have one? Do you use one? Do you need one? Okay. On a serious note, we're talking about Facebook business pages. I use one, and hopefully at the end of this video, I will convince you or persuade you to use one also. Let's do this. So we've been talking a lot about restructuring and rebranding, and in phase one, we did a lot of foundational work and stuff like that, things that we needed to change about ourselves, our mind frame, our habits and stuff like that. So now we move into phase two. And phase two is where we actually put a hand to plow and get to pushing, right? We actually start putting actions to our words, right? Because I know we love to say that you better speak it into existence, sister. That sounds cute. But if there's no action that proceeds words, then those words are about as useful as nothing. So this is the phase where we actually start doing what we need to do to accomplish these goals and these aspirations and vision boards and notebooks that we've written all this stuff in. So let's keep going, right? So one of the things that I want to encourage you guys to do is use a Facebook business page if you politic heavily on Facebook. Okay, I get it. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of about business pages on Facebook. Is it worth it? All this other stuff. I have been using it for some years. Now, let me explain this to you. I've been using it a lot, and I've been using it a lot less, if that makes sense. Meaning that when I use it, I actually see the benefit from it. But when I don't use it, I can see how it has hindered me from reaching certain goals that I've set for myself and everything like that. But let me throw this disclaimer in there before we dive into this. I am not a guru at the Facebook page thing. I am not a guru at internet marketing. I am not a guru at social media marketing. As I'm explaining, I am learning. So I'm speaking strictly from the experience and observations I've made over the course of utilizing the Facebook business page model. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's start with number one is, why do artists not use Facebook business pages, right? And those who own businesses and other things can probably benefit from this, but why do artists not use Facebook business pages? From my observation is, number one, because our personal pages are popping, shouted. Why go to a business page aspect of Facebook when on my personal page gets the interaction that I want, it gets the shares that I'm looking for, it gets the comments that I'm looking for. When I post a music video, hey, people are rocking with it. When I post links, hey, people are rocking with it. Why should I go over to the business page model when my personal page is doing so well, right? That's one aspect. The other aspect, and these are the two main ones that I've noticed. The other one is, and these are the ones that I had in my mind also, but the other one is, when I go to the Facebook business page, I have to pay money to have my post promoted to the same people that are on my personal page. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to pay money to promote something to people who are already rocking with me on my personal page? Right? All right. So that is kind of the measuring rod by which we say, Facebook business pages, I ain't rocking with that shortbread. So now, with that being said, let me give you the difference between some subtle differences, but major differences really, between a personal page and a business page. And we're going to actually use the idea of when you make a post. So on your personal page, when you make a post, you can have 5,000 quote unquote friends on your friends list. The reality of that thing is, Only an extreme small percentage will actually see that post. And the main people that will see it are the people that you probably more than likely engage with on a consistent basis on that actual, on your personal page. So if you have 5,000 people, but you only really engage 50, chances are not even the whole 50 is going to see that post. Now, you do have the thing where you don't have to add somebody as a friend for them to see your page. They have now the follow button on a personal page. But even then, if there's really no engagement, if engagement is lacking between you and that individual, when you post, the chances of you seeing that person's post is slim to none. This is where the algorithms come in. And we get mad at the algorithms, but I'm thankful for the algorithms, because guess what? The amount of people I got on my Facebook personal page, I don't want to see every single one of those posts. I don't want to see Throwback Thursday post all to the day, to the long. The devil is a lie. I don't want to see all that. So the algorithms is built to give people what they want to see, what seems to be interesting. Now, there's a negative side to that. I get it. Your post doesn't reach everybody that you would like to reach it, or you as the user, you don't get to see all the people that you would love to see on a consistent basis and stuff like that. Interaction garnishes or brings about or gives birth to people actually seeing what you post on your personal page. It is called organic reach, organic interaction. On your business page, though, when you post something, yes, you have to pay for this. All right, so don't get it twisted. Yes, we're under the assumption that when you use your business page, you're going to pay for the advertisement and boost model, right? Let's go ahead and make it out to be that, right? So on your business page, when you make a post and you boost it or you advertisement with the other little metrics that they have, the target audience and stuff like that, you have the opportunity now not only to reach people a little bit more outside of the scope of people that normally interact with you, but now you have the ability to actually target individuals that have absolutely nothing to do with your page. You're using an advertisement model. It was this hip hop artist by the name of Joyner Lucas. I think that his name. I think that's his name and everything like that. He's very popular now. But I remember when my first time just seeing him, not hearing him, but seeing him, was on my personal page, and his music video popped up as a sponsored ad. I'm like, I don't even know who this kid is, but I saw it every single day up until the point I finally clicked it and said, let me see what this is about. If it wasn't for that, I probably still wouldn't know who that cat is, man. It's a dope artist, but I probably still wouldn't know who that cat is. But at the end of the day, he paid to reach me. And now look where he's at, right? If you know who I'm talking about, now look where he's at. Now, he probably had other things going on behind the scenes, of course. Facebook business pages is not the end all be all magic golden ticket, but he utilized the tool to reach an audience that uses Facebook. Come on, man. Use the tools that are at our disposal. So those are the main differences, right? Your personal page, the reach. You look at the personal page like this. The people on your friends list is like your neighborhood, the neighborhood you live in. Everybody knows you right there, right? Everybody's rocking with you. The ones that follow you on your personal page, right? If it's allowed, because my personal page is not private. Some of you guys might be, so therefore that option doesn't exist. But those who follow, guess what? That's the city. So you have your neighborhood and your city. When you make a comment, a post, or anything like that in your neighborhood, it'll travel to the city. In the city, it might travel into other states or cities, but no, it's not happening, right? So you got to look at it like local performance or local promotions. If you promote locally here in Augusta, Georgia, how many people in Atlanta driving down to see it? You see what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. How many people from South Carolina is driving across the water to see it? How many people from Virginia is coming to see it? How many people from Tennessee is coming to check it out? You have to look at it from that aspect on the personal page, but on the business page, the reach is you can reach a lot further than you could with your business, with your personal page. Your personal page is only going to reach it if the people are interacting with it, making the engagement high, and also making it last a little longer on the post. All right, so let's move on to something else. When it comes to the differences, you have also more control over what happens with your your business page versus your personal page. Again, the personal page is dependent upon the organic interaction and how high it is versus how low it is. Your business page, you can say, okay, for a whole month, I want to promote to this specific area. For a whole month, for a whole 3 months, for just a week, I want to promote to this specific demographic, these specific individuals, this specific interest. You can tag people on your personal, but at the end of the day, guess what? There is a cap out with that, wherein I can consistently make this thing as relevant, or try to at least. I can stretch it out for a whole year if I so choose to. So when you drop a single, promoting it for a whole year or 6 months to a whole year from your business page will go a lot further than the 3 days that you posted it and promoted it on your your personal page. Shots fired at me too. Anyways, all right, so that's it. You got more control. Another thing is data analytics. You got data with your business page. You don't have that with your personal page, which leads me into a very serious misunderstanding about video views. So we get excited about, man, my video hit 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I'm up to 5,000 views, 10,000 views on a video that you posted, right? For some of us, heck, we happy to get 400, 500. Let's be 100. Let's be 100. Weird. Let's be 100 about getting 100, right? We're excited about the views and we're like, okay, I'm gonna post this. All right, I got the likes, I got the shares, the views are going up. And so we consistently post that same video over and over again because the views is what we're looking at. Pay attention. Oftentimes when you look at those views on your personal page or even on your business page, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same altogether. So you got what is 3-second view count, 15-second view count, 1-minute view count. All right, pay attention to what I'm saying. On a 3-second view count, 9 times out of 10, the individual was scrolling on their phone, tablet, whatever, stopped, looked at that video on mute, mind you, because the sound ain't up, and moved on. They didn't even click on it to actually listen to it. They just stopped, looked, and moved on. 15 seconds, more than likely, they clicked on it and looked at it, then dropped off. I think there's a 30-second one. I might be wrong, but your 1-minute one for sure, they looked a little longer. Chances are they dropped off. And then from your business, you can't see this on a personal page, but on your business page, you can see the retention rate, right? Meaning that if you got a 3-minute video, right, and how long it took them to how long was the attention span? All right, so you got 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute down, and I'm out. That's kind of how it goes. Even on your personal page, while you might be looking at a couple of hundred or even a few thousand views, the actual click rate of it, the actual interaction of it is very, very low. You know what I'm saying? So you might have 1,000 views showing, but the actual click rate of watching the video is probably 50. All right. So you have to understand that what you see under that little thing called views is not necessarily what you are actually truly getting. So how do you know that that post is actually garnishing some form of real good interaction? Because let me put it this way. People will comment under a video saying, man, that thing fire, but they only listen to 30 seconds of it. Somebody will share it, they only listen to 15 seconds of it or something like that. And that's fine. We'll take it we'll take it for what it's worth. The more interaction, even if it's at that low metrics level, it keeps it relevant, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But how do you gauge whether that post is garnishing any form of real good responses? Well, on your business page, you have the ability to have on that ad, you have the ability to say, you wanted to promote it as a website. You wanted to promote a website in connection with it. So like your Spotify or your Apple Music or something like that. You want to put that as a button that they click. And now what you get to see in real time, or somewhat of a real time, how many people are actually clicking on that link to go to the Spotify. On your personal page, you don't have any of that. On your business page, you're able to say, okay, bet I got up to 1,000 views, but I was able to traffic through 30 of those views to my Spotify. Which one is going to, so once you get that 30 views those 30 viewers over to Spotify, you have a better chance of having them return to Spotify to consistently listen to that song, which what entails over time, hopefully some form of revenue at the end of the fiscal year, right? So you can't get that over there on your personal page. You can put the Spotify link, the Apple Music link, the download link, and all of that other stuff, but you cannot gauge how well it is actually doing in real time. So the thing I really want to get across is, yes, you can use your personal page to promote your music, to get people to go to your website, to your YouTube links, your Spotify, Apple Music. But the thing is, you're doing it with a blindfold. And oftentimes traveling with a blindfold causes you to run into a lot of obstacles, right? But over here on the business page aspect of it, you don't have a blindfold. Like, I actually got a couple of ads that have been running, right? And I'm able to see, okay, I like that. And it helped me mold and shape and really perfect what I wanted to do with those ads. At first, it was strictly to get the views up, right? Because I was obsessed with, let me get the views up, because the more views I get, the more people that click. But then I thought about it and said, wait a minute, what are they gonna do with anything? So I was like, hold up, let me put this thing into perspective. I want to transfer these views over to dollar signs. Let's be honest about it, right? Yes, I want to still send my message and all of the other stuff, but I'm talking the business model of this, guys. The business model of this. We all have a business model of this. So I want to translate those views into dollar signs. I can't do that on my personal page just trying to increase views. No, I need to do it by re-trafficking them, but I need to pay attention to how well it's doing. How well is Like a Dream doing, getting people to click on the Spotify link? How well is Preaching to the Choir? These are songs that I got out. How well is it doing re-trafficking people to my Apple Music? How well are these things doing? And watch this. Who are the ones that are actually making the trip, right? Who are the ones clicking on it? Is it men? Is it women? What age group? All this stuff you're able to have a digestible data board from your Facebook business page. You're blinded from all that on your Facebook personal page. Now, there's always an exception to the rule. I get that. But some of you guys don't need to be the exception to the rule. You need to accept the rule, okay? Let's go ahead and keep it 100. So now, last but not least, I want to show you what happens when you typically post on your Facebook page, right? So we talked about a lot of different stuff, but now I want to show you what happens when you post on your personal page. So you post that music video on your personal page. Now pay attention to how this goes. The engagement that you get is top notch. I mean, everybody's rocking with it. People are sharing it. People are commenting under it and everything like that. It's a beautiful thing. Ain't it great to be you today? And you did this thing at 12 o'clock noon. Let's put a time on it, right? And it's getting those interactions that you've been wanting. You're constantly getting a notification. You're hitting that like button on everybody's comment, the heart button on many of them, man. You're commenting back, thank you. It is a beautiful day to be you. People are engaging in your actual post. The music video, they saying it's fire. That thing ride. Boy, we love that song, right? All right, great. Now, mind you, remember what I said, this personal post, you're up here. Remember what I said, that personal post, this is where you're at right now, man, as far as engagement. So it started here. This is engagement. This was going to be your lifespan of the post, meaning that the reach, how many people get to see it. So as it goes up, you see that? It increases, right? So engagement has increased. The amount of people seeing the post has increased. This is on your personal page, guys. Now, over time, guess what happens? Throughout the day, the interaction tends to slow down. So as that interaction begins to slow down, guess what also tends to slow down? The amount of people seeing it. So it continues to slow down, the lesser people are seeing it, right? This is actually a natural phenomenon. There is nothing you can do really to stop this phenomenon. Major artists have to deal with this phenomenon. Beyonce can come out with something today. It will be the talk of the town for about a good couple of weeks, man, if not months. But over time, people move on. The only reason why her lifespan of the conversation is longer because she's more popular than you. She's more popular than me, right? She's worldwide. You are 50-mile radius wide. No disrespect, just accept where you are in the food chain of business, right? So Beyonce does this. Her engagement and her width is going to go outside of the scope of this screen, right? We're going to hit it, but over time, even Beyonce's, it goes down some, right? But it fluctuates after a while because she's a popular artist. So there's a fluctuation there. Your objective is, yes, to get as much engagement out the gate as possible. That is extremely important, right? You got to hit it. You got to hit it and hit it running hard. And so you can get as many people to view it as possible. But over time, it shrinks. Now, this is what typically happens. You've made that post, the engagement is up, but you notice that the engagement is starting to go down. So you take that same Facebook post and you repost it, you reshare it. So you can keep what? The view count going, right? So you repost it, you reshare it, right? Now, here it is. Let's reset the clock. So engagement was like this at the beginning, right? Boom, right? Now we're resetting it. On that reshare, the engagement probably is like this. It probably does like that. I hope I'm making sense with my hand movements, but it's probably like that. You're not getting the same engagement the second time around that you got the first time around. Why is this possible, boo-boo? Let me tell you why. You're promoting to the same neighborhood the second time around that you've already promoted to the first time around. Remember the ideal? Your people who are on your friends list, and the people who follow you, your friends list is the neighborhood that you're existing in. The follow on your personal page is the city you're living in. They've already been to that show. They're not returning back. The amount of people returning back to the show is extremely low, okay? It's just going to be like that when it comes back to revisiting something that you're posting again. They've moved on to the next episode. This is a phenomenon every artist has to come up against. And eventually, now watch this. So now the second post, because again, you're posting and reposting to the same individual over and over again. So guess what? Now they're numb to what you are posting because guess what? You got that first post was doing great. That second post, all right, we'll give you some leeway and say it did midway. That third post, it drops. And guess what? After that, you're absolutely getting no traction. Absolutely getting no traction. You're getting no traction really at all. You're hitting brick walls now. You're really and literally posting to people that have seen it 13 times that is not about to interact with it again, let alone click that link. So, I mean, this is the reality check we all have to face, but here it is on the Facebook business page side of it. You post it, you share it to your personal page, the engagement is high, which makes the width high, but you've paid also for a boost or an advertisement, right? So guess what? Now you're saying, but you're doing it with intention. Are you doing intention? Because think about it. When you post on your personal page, you tag the same 30 people every single time. You don't tag a new set of 30 people. You tag the same people every single time, right? You have the same people interacting with the post every single time. Every single time. Every single time! But on your business page, now I can say Georgia is where I'm going to make the target at. Let's see what happens with Georgia. All right, Georgia is doing good. Let me see what's going to happen with North Carolina, South Carolina. Okay, those are doing good. Let me see what's going to happen down in Florida with this. Let me see what's going to happen over here in Tennessee, Alabama. Let me see what's going to happen with Virginia. You can target. Let me see what's going to happen with people who like this, who interest this. Let me see what's going to happen if I only send this out to women, only send this out to men. Let me see what's going to happen if you now have more of a control element on what's going to happen. But not only that, let me go ahead and say for a budget that I can actually make it go ahead and promote out for a whole month. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let me put it this way. Because we keep five-finger discounting our art, we're five-finger discounting our opportunities and actual reach that we could really truly have. Use the tools that are at your disposal. Stop thinking, well, if I gotta pay for it on Facebook, it ain't worth it. It's worth it. Trust me. So I'm promoting Like a Dream, Coffee and Ink. Check that out when you guys get a chance. On your Spotify, Amazon, man. Hey, it's also on your Apple Music, Shortbread. If you rock on iHeartRadio, check your boy out. Anyways, but I've been promoting Like a Dream really heavy. And I've been putting money behind the ad promo. And what I've noticed is the amount of clicks to the link it's been very satisfying for the short amount of time that I promoted it and stuff like that. And so now I went from the whole just 1 week thing. Now I've paid for a whole month and everything like that. It's just to see what happens, and I'll revisit it. I have no problem revisiting it to let you guys know how it does, man. And I've come to understand that when you do this game, when you play this game, it is an extremely, it's like a hurry up and wait aspect. You got to be extremely patient with getting back the results that you want, but you have to be extremely consistent. And here's what we do as artists. I'm guilty of it because I did it when I released Coffee and Ink back in 2016. We do all this promo work at the beginning of it, man, before we even release it. We're in the studio, we're recording in the studio, man. I'm working on something dope, man. It's gonna be hard. We finally get the artwork, we're posting all that out. Yo, it releases on this date. We up in that jank, man. We making videos about it, man, talking about it, posting about it, man, getting everybody hyped up. The day of the release, we crunk, everything go well. We sell about 3 CDs, man, and everything like that. And then next thing you know, we're going hard for another week or two. We stop and then we move on to the next episode. Our own attention span to promoting our own product is horrible. It's horrible. But that's where the Facebook business page model comes in. It does the work for you on social media for the most part. It does the work for you on social media for the most part, guys. You still got to say, now, as I stated before, it's not the cure all to everything. It's not the key to all your wildest dreams coming true. It's a tool that should not be ignored if you're serious about this as a business. If you're serious about this as a business, stop marketing and promoting it like it's a hobby. That's all I'm gonna say about that. This your boy Sleeper. Hold up. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. I hope that you got something out of this, man. Again, man, if I hopefully persuaded 1 person, 2 people to try out that Facebook business page, man, it's worth it, man. It's been worth it for me. I have really, truly enjoyed using it and seeing the results that it's brought in. Not just the click to the links, but the amount of people that are increasing, following me on my Facebook artist page. I couldn't be more happier with where I'm at with my social media game plan and everything like that. Now we move to the streets, shouting, because that's what's coming up next. How do we, during COVID-19, get back on these stages, man? Let's get it. But that's for a next vid. Peace.